Late Saturday night, police responded to a call about a shooting on Willow Street right outside the PBS pub in the Wrigley neighborhood. One man was shot and killed has now been identified as local reggae musician Toko Tassi. Gas prices are as high as $4.80 per gallon, and at this station, $4.19 per gallon, making it hard for people to even fill up their tank. There's so many great vegan foods here. We got to try them and it tasted so good. We got to hear the live music. So you want to make sure that you don't miss next year's Vegan Fest. I'm Cornelia with Long Beach Local News. This month, the city broke ground on the first of 3 brand new concession stands and cafes. We're at the site of the first concession stand just east of Shoreline Drive and south of Ocean Boulevard. The dirt piles you see behind me used to be the old Alfredo's Beach Club, but now it's turning into the new 2-story cafe. The Aquarium of the Pacific, a major staple in Long Beach, just got a little bigger. The new Pacific Visions wing allows guests to explore humanity's impact on Earth's resources through an immersive theater, live animal exhibits, and interactive art. We're at 2nd Street for the 30th annual Belmont Shore Car Show. They closed down over 14 blocks and it's filled with vendors and food. From custom cars to classic rides, there's something for every car enthusiast. It was such a successful night for the food finders benefit. So the next time you go to think about throwing away that bruised fruit or veggie, think again. I'm Cornelia Nicholson with Long Beach Local News. The LBPD K9 vehicles are outfitted with fail-safe equipment that is meant to generate an alert. At this time, they believe this alert may not have been working. One Long Beach resident has been hospitalized this week after testing positive for the West Nile virus. Health officials say this is the first case of this mosquito season.
The last couple of years in Long Beach, it's been pretty quiet in terms of West Nile, and even statewide, it's been a pretty quiet year. Our last big year was 2017. I believe we had 15 cases, which is quite a lot from us.
The virus is transmitted through the bite of an infected mosquito. Symptoms of the virus may include fever, body ache, nausea, and vomiting. Health officials say most people infected have no symptoms, but for some, it can be severe.
Most people infected with West Nile don't even know they have it, or they might just have a fever for a couple of days and not feel well, but they'll recover on their own. A small percentage will develop sort of severe fever and even can develop neuroinvasive illness where it goes to their brain.
Officials say the summer heat can increase virus activity in mosquito population. For Long Beach residents, this could be alarming.
I certainly noticed them a lot more. I feel like we definitely had a lot of them this year. But like I said, I'm just noticing because I'm keeping it in my mind that West Nile is out there. I think anybody would be worried about contracting sort of a disease from just a bug bite.
The Long Beach Health Department is advising residents to take these precautions.
Removing standing water from the home, even small amounts of standing water, mosquitoes can breed in that, so it's good to sort of like always check around your backyard and even in your home for standing water. Mosquito repellent such as DEET is really effective. Make sure you read the label in terms of how to use it. Also wearing long sleeves when you're outdoors and pants, things like that, so mosquitoes can't bite you as easily. Just this one case is a good reminder that even though it's been a slow year, it's still a risk to people, and it's still important to try and avoid mosquito bites and try and get rid of breeding sites around the home.
For Long Beach Local News, I'm Cornelia Nicholson. Hi, I'm Cornelia Nicholson with Long Beach Local News. Late Saturday night, police responded to a call about a shooting on Willow Street right outside the PBS pub in the Wrigley neighborhood. One man was shot and killed has now been identified as local reggae musician Toko Tassi.
Kind of shocking. I'm here once in a while, so it just puts everybody on their P's and Q's again. Just pay attention where you're at and stay alert. The Wrigley area has been always kind of quiet, so seeing this is kind of surprising to me.
The coroner's office has not publicly identified Tassi and are pending notification of family, but a makeshift memorial has been left on the sidewalk right outside the bar. Tassi was a Hawaiian-born and Long Beach-raised hip-hop musician. He was a singer-songwriter who worked with Sublime and Slightly Stupid.
I knew him probably good solid 25 years. Knew him through the music scene. He's a great, incredible singer. I knew him from the years back then when he was on doing things with Skunk Records and Long Beach Records, and yeah, he's a great guy.
Long Beach police say there was a dispute between Tassi and an unidentified male before he was shot around 11:40 a.m. between West Willow Street and Eucalyptus Avenue. The unknown shooter was last seen fleeing the scene. Officers and paramedics tried life-saving methods, but unfortunately, Tassi passed away at the scene.
And unfortunately, it's sad too because, you know, he was working on some new music. He was starting to play out a little bit more. And yeah, and you know, all of us in Long Beach are the musicians that know him. I mean, we're going to carry on his name. We'll sing his songs, you know, and we'll, yeah, well, he won't be forgotten.
His debut self-titled album featured vocals from Bradley Nowell, the singer of famed Long Beach-born ska act Sublime, who died in 1996, on a track called Love to Share. His most recent album, Rise to Shine, was released in 2017. Authorities also urge if you have any information to come forward and give them a call. I'm Cornelia Nicholson with Long Beach Local News. Starbucks customers will have to find a new place to get their cup of joe, as the coffee company will be shutting down for a day to conduct racial bias education. This program is in response to the backlash after 2 black men who asked to use the restroom in a Philadelphia Starbucks were arrested.
I know that there's a lot of racial bias in this country, but the fact that it was just put on such display in such a public company, it was pretty disturbing to see.
Starbucks will be closing 8,000 of its company-owned stores to promote inclusion and prevent discrimination. The company said they'll be working with the Anti-Defamation League, the NAACP, and the Equal Justice Initiative to create the anti-discrimination program. Some customers are still questioning if the program will work.
Well, what were they doing when they shut down is the question, because did they do something that was actually effective and that would change their policies, and why didn't all the Starbucks shut down?
Starbucks employees declined to comment on camera, but they did say they haven't heard about any racial bias training coming to the Long Beach campus's locations. Starbucks says that once the training is complete in its company-owned locations, it'll make the program available to its licensed partners.
I don't think they're going to hurt their bottom line. And I don't know how much you're going to change someone's mind in 4 hours. I don't think a training shouldn't just be 4 hours or like that day we're going to shut it down for 1 day. It should be a comprehensive thing that's over. You should be getting training throughout your job. So I don't think it's going to really work out.
CEO Kevin Johnson says they are listening to the community, learning what they did wrong, and the steps they need to take to fix it. He also says this is the first step in their journey. For Campus Connection, I'm Cornelia Nicholson.